The WNBA's All-Star reserves were announced on Sunday. I have plenty of thoughts. These decisions are some of the craziest things I've ever seen in my life. I do not understand it. So let's discuss it today. Let's go through the starters first, then the reserves. So for the starting guards, we have, of course, Caitlin Clark, Paige Beckers, Alicia Gray, and Sabrina Ionescu. All are no doubt All-Stars. No debates for the All-Star team. Caitlin has only played, 8 games this season as I record this video, so I would probably have Skylar Diggins as a starter, but it's fan voting. Of course, Caitlin is on the starting lineup. Then for the front court, it's a lot of the names you would expect. Nafisa Collier, Aja Wilson, Brianna Stewart, Nneka Ogwumike, Satu Sabally, and Aaliyah Boston. Whenever the starters were announced, my first thought immediately was Alyssa Thomas is maybe the most underrated superstar we've ever had in this league. If you watch any Phoenix game, it's very clear that she is the most impactful player on this team on both ends. She is the best passer on their team. She's the best defender on their team. She's having her most efficient scoring season of her career while anchoring a top 3 defense in the W, and then also has a 55.9% assist rate, which is one of the best in league history. Yes, it's a lot of DHOs, dribble handoff passes, but there's real passing reads in here. And the way she can operate as an engine of an offense at 6'2" with her size and strength is one of a kind. She is the most unique superstar in league history, but also maybe the most underrated one because fans just underrate her every single season. She is going to be on MVP ballots. Top 5 finish, top 3 finish, whatever it is. AT is one of the best players in the world, and for her not to get enough recognition from the fans is mind-boggling to me. Now to go to the reserves, which is where my main questions are, because AT starter versus AT reserve, when you look at the back of their resume, at the end of her career, it does not matter that she wasn't a starter. All that matters is the time All-Star next to her basketball reference page. That is all that matters. So for the reserve guards first, how they decide this is there's 3 reserve guards, then there's also in the front court 5 front court players, then 4 total wildcard spots. First thing here is the way they determine who's a front court versus who's a guard is so stupid. Why is Ryan Howard counted as a guard, but Gabby Williams is counted as a front court player? They play the same position. Same with Sonia Citron. They're all wings. And Kayla Thornton's a little bit of a different argument. Like, she's still kind of a wing forward, but she's still a combo forward. Where Ryan Howard and Sonia Citron are both like wings, guard wings. But anyways, that's how they decide who's on which position. So let's roll with it here. There's 4 guards I would consider to be locks for the All-Star team. In my opinion, if I was making a ballot, looking at these players that made the team, Skylar Diggins, Kelsey Plum, Kelsey Mitchell, Jackie Young. No debates, they should be on the roster. Then you have for the other guard spots, Ryan Howard. I just don't know if I would have Ryan Howard on the team. Just game-to-game consistency. She doesn't generate rim pressure at all. Her 2-point frequency in general keeps going down. She takes a bunch of threes. She's made more threes than anybody else in basketball, but she's not making them at a high clip. She's impactful defensively, career high in assists. She can impact the game in ways that isn't scoring, which is beneficial, and that's why she probably is still on my All-Star team, but she wouldn't be a lock. And when you start looking through the list, the players that got snubbed, I would have Kayla McBride over Ryan Howard. I would have Brittany Sykes over Ryan Howard, just based on what I've seen this season, to be completely honest. Then for the reserve front court players, Alyssa Thomas, Gabby Williams, of course, locks. Gabby's shooting this season, the defense, she's a lock there. Same with AT. Then you have Angel Reese and Kayla Thornton. I would lean those players on the team, but it's not a for sure thing for me. Then Kiki Iriafen. I don't understand the coaches from here. I don't understand why Kiki Iriafen is on the All-Star team. I just don't understand it all. When you look at the players that were in consideration that did not make it, you're looking at Jonquil Jones, who is injured, only played 9 games, but Caitlin Clark has played 8 games and starts. Yes, it's a different caliber of voting, but the way it's hypocritical to me is I just know this, that if the coaches were voting and Caitlin Clark was not a starter and she was only a reserve, she would be on this roster. She would make it as a reserve. Not saying Jonquel Jones has been as good as Caitlin this season, but JJ's been extremely good. The shooting, the defense, the rim protection in general, the passing at her size, all of it's there, even in the 9 games. Like, I think Jonquel Jones should be an all-star. If we're not counting games played for starters, we should not count games played against the reserve players. For the other 3 players listed here, Elena Smith, Dearica Hamby, and Bree Jones, they should all be in consideration. They all got snubbed in my opinion because I think Smith, Hamby, and Jones should have been on this team over Iria Finn at the least. Maybe Citron if we're talking about the wild card spots. You could argue Angel as well. I wouldn't say Kayla Thornton. I think Kayla Thornton should be on the team. She should be on it. When you talk about this Golden State team being as good as they are, they deserve an all-star. We thought they would be the worst team in basketball, would win less than 10 games. They've already done that. They've already almost won 10 games, and it's only July 6th. And KT's been their best player this year. The defense, yes, the efficiency's not there, but the impact when you watch them play, she finds ways across the game. The rebounding, the defense, the scoring outburst she's had, 20-plus point games. She's done it all. And I think Kayla Thornton deserves the All-Star team. Golden State deserves representation in this All-Star game without a doubt. Now to go back to the 2 snubbed guards, with it being Kayla McBride and Brittany Sykes. These are the 2 players that I wanted to talk about most in this video, that I did not understand why they are not on this All-Star team. First, for Brittany Sykes. So Washington, as I record this video, they are 8-10. They're not a great team, but they've been solid. They've been competitive in almost every game. Props to them. Brittany Sykes is their best player. She's their best player. She's their best player. She gets the toughest assignments on defense, guarding the best player. She is their primary ball handler, gets the toughest assignments on offense. Sonia Citron, Kiki Area-Finn, second or third best player. Honestly, Shakira Austin's been their second or third best player of late. But overall in the season, yes, Citron, Area-Finn, 2 and 3. I've seen people say, well, Citron's more efficient. That's why she's the All-Star, not Brittany Sykes. Sure, I guess that's a way you can look at it, but honestly, Brittany Sykes is their number 1 option as far as usage. She's having a foul-drawing season at the level that we've never seen in league history. Yes, the mid-range shot selection, it drives me crazy. If she didn't take these dumb mid-range pull-up jumpers, she's probably an all-W player this year, but that's what pulls her efficiency down. She's made her threes, and the combination of that with the rim pressure, she is unstoppable getting downhill. The way she can create advantages at any point in a game is a real skill. Then you also have the defense as well. She's the best defender on the team, one of the best guard defenders in basketball. That combination should make her an all-star, and she's not even the most inefficient player on this roster. She's more efficient than Ryan Howard, who is on the All-Star game and is not even as good defensively as Brittany Sykes. It doesn't make sense to me. It just seems, to some way, not saying it's just a popularity contest, but the way these coaches decide the team, it did not seem like they actually put thought into it. Like, take this. How can the second best player on maybe the best team in the league, the Minnesota Lynx, how can the second best player on that team shooting 50% from 2, 40% from 3, 90% of the foul line with Kayla McBride, while also averaging 12 points per game? That combination right there has only been done 7 other times in league history. Atlanta Deladon 2 times, Brandy Reed, Christy Tolliver, Kara Lawson, Becky Hammond, and Emma Miesemann. All of those players were stars in that year. Then there's Kayla McBride, who is not an all-star. How can you say that player is not an all-star, but Sonia Citron and Courtney Williams, the worst player on her own team, and then also Sonia Citron, who's the second best player on an 8-10 team? How can you make that argument to me? To recap things with my front court reserves and guards, if I was making my own All-Star reserves ballot, for the 3 starting guards, Skylar Diggins, Kelsey Plum, Kelsey Mitchell. For the 5 spots in the front court, by what they define as front court, Alyssa Thomas, Gary Williams, Jonquel Jones, Kayla Thornton, and Alana Smith. If you don't want to count Jonquel Jones because of injury, she's out currently, replace her with Angel Reese as the injury replacement. Then, let's just say, okay, Angel replaces Jonquel, so those are my 5 front court reserves. Then you're looking at 4 wildcard spots. I would go with Jackie Young, Brittany Sykes, Kayla McBride. Then for that final spot, it's one of Ryan Howard, or maybe you go with her teammate Bree Jones. Probably one of those 2 players is what I would say for that last spot. But I wouldn't get to, maybe Citron would be in consideration there. Then Courtney Williams is probably in that 3-4 spot with Citron and Courtney Williams as an interchangeable spot there as far as who gets that last wildcard spot. But for those 2 players to be a priority over Brittany Sykes and Kayla McBride for the final wildcard spot doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Let me know your thoughts, though. What would be your all-star reserves, starters, if you were making your own ballot? Do you agree with the coaches? Do you disagree with their decisions as far as making these rosters? Let me know your thoughts. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment for the YouTube algorithm. And I'll see you in the next video.